So we no longer live in a world where traditional defenses are enough because attackers have been primed and they're priming us. So for the next few minutes, I'll be sharing how we can shift cybersecurity from reactive to anticipation. Picture this. You're walking in a dark alley. All of a sudden, you hear footsteps behind you. What do? You don't wait. Yes, you run. You don't wait till somebody grabs your arm or grabs your shoulder. Your body tenses up. Your senses are amplified. All guards are up. You'd probably run. Why? Because you have been primed. The brain protects us by preparing us from dangers even before it fully happens. But in cybersecurity, quite too often it's the total opposite. In cybersecurity, we wait. We wait for the breach. We wait when systems are down. We wait when operations are disrupted. What if we can train our digital infrastructure to work more like our brains? What if we can train it in such a way that it will anticipate the threat and it will not be reactive, rather, it will be very proactive and built for resilience? The brain prepares us before danger arrives. Just like how it was described earlier, the brain has many parts. The brain uses the sensory area to take in everything that we can see, hear, smell, and taste. We couple that with our memory. We analyze it with our intelligence. And from there, we have our own corresponding reflexes or actions, all in awareness. In cybersecurity and in priming in psychology is very simple. It's an exposure to a signal prepares you for what's next. Your organization's logo, it primes trust. The word urgent primes anxiety. And attackers exploit this constantly. In a breach last year, continuous fake MFAs were sent to employees. And one employee, after the 10th attempt, just clicked on approve, just to drown out the noise. The attacker need not any malware, they just used psychology. But the key theme of this event and the series of events is that we can also use priming in the defense side. Yes, we have heard speakers saying that it's very important to prime the human firewall. It is very essential. But at the same time, we can prime our digital infrastructure to work like the brain. Picture your corporation or organization's defense as a digital immune system, where you have sensory coming from telemetries from your endpoints, your network, your cloud, your users' activities. Then mix this with your memory coming from your logs, your incident reports, or even from threat intelligence. All these being analyzed by AI or analytics. And depending on the situation, there can be some automated tasks or based on playbooks. All with awareness coming from external threat landscape and industry data. What makes the brain resilient is not just one sense or one lobe. It's because each part is communicating with one another, constantly, instantly, and cohesively. That's how a primed cybersecurity defense should look like. A security fabric where awareness and context is flowing all across the enterprise with resiliency woven in by design. Why now? Why do we need to act now? Because adversaries are advancing and accelerating in their attacks. Based on the recent Fortinet's FortiGuard Labs Global Threat Landscape Report, the activities of these adversaries, especially on the left of boom, in terms of reconnaissance has increased by 16.7% year over year. That's about 36,000 scans per second. They have been scanning for vulnerabilities, exposed RDPs, or Modbus TCP in OT. We have recorded 42% increase in stolen credentials, and they are now available on the dark web. And there's also a huge surge with 97 billion exploitation attempts logged. And today, as we have heard in earlier speakers, AI is supercharging these attacks. Regardless of the technical knowledge of the cyber threat or the bad actor, they can use AI-enabled tools to launch their phishing campaigns, to create hyper-personalized and very convincing phishing emails. They use deepfake services to create deepfake videos or deepfake voices to impersonate personalities of trust, compelling employees to divulge confidential information or even illicit funds or launder money. So the inconvenient truth is that these cyber criminals are running their exposure threat programs to our defense, for our defense. They're stress testing our defense. So if our defense continues to be reactive, we won't be able to survive. Now, priming is not a concept that is abstract. Priming is already infused in a lot of the frameworks that you have been pursuing. Zero Trust Network Access primes your infrastructure to assume breach and verify everything. Continuous Threat Exposure Management primes your organization by stress testing your defenses continuously instead of doing a quarterly or annual vulnerability assessment. With CTEM, you can even see what's happening on the darknet. With adversary-centric intelligence, you can see and do the reconnaissance at the other end, on the opposite end. And risk-based prioritization, you are priming your boards so that you're giving them the right insights to match the right investments with the critical risks. So priming is the connective tissue in a lot of the frameworks that are already available. The challenge right now is putting the policies on paper into action in real life. We all know that complexity is slowing down digital initiatives. You have a deluge of devices, users, endpoints to onboard. The attack surface is exploding. Now we have AI to consider. And without a prime cybersecurity, the story is almost the same. SOCs are drowning in alerts, weak signals are missed, and response can be delayed or often too late. One such example is the Colonial Pipeline attack in 2021 in the US, where cybercriminals were able to take down 5,500 miles of fuel pipeline in the east coast of the US. And that all started because of an employee's VPN without MFA. So the signals were there, but without priming, there was nobody to connect the dots. Even if we have a lot of telemetry, even if we have a lot of data, without insights, without meaning, there won't be any actions to it. And without any actions, any containment, any plans to stop or disrupt the attack, we won't be able to survive as well. What is needed is for us to employ a security fabric. A security fabric that delivers consistent security and simplicity. A security fabric that starts with the convergence of network and security. The convergence of IT and OT as well in the operation technology world. Because air gap is not anymore a guarantee that you won't be breached. A security fabric where you have a unified agent, where SASE experience can be the same experience regardless where your end user or your device is, whether on-prem or off-prem or in the cloud. all being managed by an AI-enabled security operations and network operation system. Now, how does a primed cybersecurity defense look like? For example, based on your CTEM, you have seen compromised credentials. It will then prime your defense and flag out all these accounts. At the network and endpoint, if you have behavioral AI and see subtle lateral movements, it can then prime for containment in seconds. At the cloud, if you have continuous probing of APIs, so any abnormalities can already prime audits to stop escalation. And at the SOCs, we have heard and we know that this is already existing. Agentic AIs can be used as your virtual co-workers. So agentic AIs can be the co-analyst to do triaging, correlating, and even recommending actions. It primes your human analyst to just focus on the impact. The key here is these are not isolated signals. It's signals that priming one area to the next. Identity intelligence is priming fortification of network. Network anomalies is priming security, stronger security for the cloud. Cloud disruptions or deviations is priming SOC playbooks. And SOC intelligence is priming networks and endpoints. So just like the brain, what we need is a security fabric that is tightly interconnected and woven together. Primed together, learning together. And in a platform-based approach of security fabric, we have the common OS to ensure seamless integration, a common ASIC for on-prem protection to ensure security and performance, a common cloud services across regardless where your device or end user is, and an AI-enabled threat intelligence that will feed off continuously context and awareness to the OS, to the ASIC, and to your cloud services. The use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, both discriminative and generative, is very important in the security fabric because this one will enable priming from one stage to the next. And at the executive level, this is not a discussion about technology. It's about resilience. How ready is your organization to handle a ransomware attack without shutting down? How prepared are you to explain to the regulators and auditors that you anticipated risks and did not ignore them? And can the board sleep at night knowing that your digital infrastructure is not waiting, rather it's learning? A primed cybersecurity is not a cost center. It's the operating system for resilience. For decades in cybersecurity, we have been building walls. Higher walls, thicker walls, stronger walls. But walls only react when struck. The brain is different. The brain learns. The brain anticipates. The brain primes us for dangers and anticipate what can come next. Such cybersecurity defense should be the same. If you notice, the brain does not rely on just one neuron, on just one lobe for resilience. It's a tight integration between sensory, reflex, memory, and awareness. So that's how a prime cybersecurity should be, relying on a security fabric that is tightly woven, priming the signals, and responding as one. Attackers will always prime fear. We in Fortinet, our job is to prime resilience through the integrated security fabric. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please remain on stage, Ms. Bambi Escalante. Thank you for that very valuable presentation. Now let's take a look at your visual evaluation. Train our digital infrastructure like our brains. Reactive anticipation built for resilience. Communication plus resilience. Attackers can use AI too. Overwhelming volume. Frameworks for priming. Zero trust network access. Continuous threat exposure management. Risk-based prioritization. And the security fabric, platform-based approach, not a cost center. Operating system for resilience. And those are some of the key takeaways from the presentation. Thank you very much, Ms.
Thank you.
Escalante.